Welcome back, fellow nerf herders, to our Star Wars Plus live reaction show of the Book of Boba Fett, titled
Mutiny on the Bounty Hunter.
It's the final episode of whatever the hell this show has become by this point.
The Book of Boba Fett.
Is that
with
what it
special appearance by Boba Fett.
Pretty much. We saw nothing of him in the, fifth episode, and we saw like 5 minutes of him in the 6th episode. I can only hope he shows up for at least 10 minutes in the last episode. Maybe? Yeah, last time all the stuff happened. Just all the stuff. Everybody got character development. We got stuff happening in The Mandalorian. We got stuff possibly set up for the Ahsoka series. Pretty much everything, everyone, except for Boba Fett. He's still amassing his army. That's what he's been doing nonstop for the last 3 episodes, pretty much. So it stands to reason that his final episode, we hope he actually gets to use said army, actually gets to fight the Pikes, maybe even possibly take on the Hutts, or does anything of excitement or something worth noting. But we're going to have to wait and see. All I know is that there is one particular character I hope bites the dust in this. I really hope so. And actually, we had a commenter on the last video who presented his theory that I'm very much inclined to believe, and if it's true, I will forgive this series for all of its faults. One of our regulars, Caleb, he thinks that Cad Bane is the one that killed the Tusken Raiders instead of the biker gang, which makes sense when you think about it. In which case, I have a feeling that this is going to be a big final showdown between Cad Bane and Boba to avenge his tribe. And assuming Boba doesn't bitch out again, this could very well be the end, the final end of Cad Bane. And if it is, I will sing to the heavens. I will praise this series and take back every negative thing I ever said about this. Like, please, for the love of God. But let's not wait longer, because I've been dodging spoilers all day like the plague, and oh man, I nearly got close a few times. I did not see anything, thank God, but here we go. Let's see what the Book of Boba Fett has all been leading up to. And play.
Mayor Marchese is on their payroll and has flown off-world, which leads us to believe the storm is about to break. We need foot soldiers.
The ice is about to break.
We're outnumbered by the Pikes syndicate. I need you to lead a garrison. Why should they risk their lives for this?
We are outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned.
Tatooine belongs to the syndicate. As long as the spice keeps running, everyone will be left alone.
I will vanquish these interlopers who threaten our planet. All I ask in return is that you remain neutral. If the Pike Syndicate approaches you to betray me, this will be acceptable.
I abide.
So who do you think's gonna betray him? Well, I don't know if insurance is gonna cover that.
They clear out all the bodies.
But they all got incinerated. Rest in peace, Max Rebo.
Let Marshal Vant and the people of Mos Espa.
Freetown is its name now.
Let the people of Freetown know they have
That's
my
a
word.
stupid name.
You can tell Cobb Vant himself when he arrives here with the reinforcements.
You are
Whoops.
confident he
Whoopsie.
will come. But if he does not, we are doomed. Our skill is no match for the syndicate numbers. We must buy time until they arrive. And where do you propose we wait for reinforcements?
Here.
Here. In these ruins. Nonsense. The palace offers greater protection.
If you want to abandon Mos Espa and hide in your fortress, go ahead. We're staying. The people who live here need our protection.
So your solution is to stay in a building that was blown up, is unfortified, and probably littered with body parts. Urge to kill, rising. By the way, I love all of the face manipulations the past week of them making fun of his face.
Very least, I should. Did you convince the Marshal to remain neutral?
Yes.
I convinced him with a laser to the head.
As possible. I used to live among a Tusken Raider tribe in the desert.
They no longer exist.
Are you sure?
Yes. We destroyed them ourselves. Does Fett know that? He has no idea. He thinks they were killed by Nikto speedbikers. I didn't realize the Pike Syndicate was so ruthless. Pragmatic. They were charging us protection. We have to protect our margins. Indeed you do.
So when will this all be over?
So the original theory was right.
Depends on how much your two stomachs can bear.
I didn't sign off on bombing Garza's sanctuary. I agreed to surgical strikes, not open warfare.
With apologies, it seems that line has been crossed.
Well, I am still the mayor of Mos Espa, and I will not see it destroyed.
The Fett Gatra is taking refuge
Too late
in
for
the
that.
ruins of the sanctuary.
In the name of honor.
That's a stupid title.
Stupid and generic, just like the rest of them.
It's an X-Wing. What's an X-Wing doing
Guess
here?
that's Luke. Probably dropping off Grogu.
Staying here, locked
Luke
up.
coming back to Tatooine again.
When I was coming back to the shithole planet.
Go. Officer! I filed for my new Republic certification seal just as you were landing. Quite a coincidence, if you ask me.
Just Grogu then.
Aw. Wait, did he fly that by himself?
Used to
Well,
this.
look who it is!
Aw.
Did they teach you how to fly an X-Wing already?
This.
Or R2.
Ah,
I see R2 in the back.
okay. I was gonna say, how did he reach the controls? Look at him! He's so tiny in there.
But just slow down. Give me a second. You just got here. Let me say hello to my old pal.
Aw.
Well, hello, Bright Eyes. Come here. Grogu? Whoa, that's a terrible name. I'm calling you that.
She's channeling the fandom.
Something shiny.
Chainmail!
You must be starving. Bring him
That was
some
bulletproof. Or laserproof.
Bulletproof.
Oh, keep your dome on.
Fire
I don't care
away.
how big of a rush you're in. Baby's gotta eat.
Yeah. I wish we were gonna get like a Lord of the Rings scene where it looks like he's stabbed, but it turns out he's perfectly fine. Nom 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 nom. Ugh. That lizard. Is he gonna trip balls now?
The truce you negotiated with the other families of Mos Espa will ensure that they will remain neutral and allow us to gain the upper hand by surprising the arriving soldiers.
Assuming they actually stick to the deal. Yes, quietly patrol the streets in your bright ass
The Warren Guards are
scooters.
posted in the Clatoonian territory at the starport. Chrysanthemum is in Trandoshan territory, keeping tabs on the streets of the municipality in front of City Hall.
Yeah, I'm sure a giant Wookiee won't stand out.
As you can see, all our flanks are covered. Nobody is sneaking up on us. When the people of Freetown arrive, we will have the forces required to pivot our strength to whatever region the Pikes choose to attack from.
For now,
I see nothing wrong with this plan.
Lord Fett, there is someone here to see you.
I thought you said nobody could sneak up on us.
Already, this plan is falling apart! Oh boy. The two most prolific bounty hunters, together at last in one scene. Oh my god, please shoot his ass.
I smelled something. Looking for a job, you're late.
Thought I smelled a bitch.
Got a job.
I don't negotiate with gutless murderers.
If that's not the quack to calling the stifflings slimy.
Takes
Clear
one
out.
to know one.
Tell your bosses we know they're outnumbered.
I wouldn't be counting on the people of Freetown to be coming anytime soon. I paid Marshal Vance a visit. You should have never left him without his armor.
Technically, you can blame Mando for that.
Before you get any ideas, I've got back shooters too.
Well then.
Let the spice move through Mos Espa, and all this can be avoided.
The spice must move. It's just Star Wars
No.
or Dune.
I will only negotiate with the head of the Pike Syndicate.
You mean the one that massacred your Tuscan family and blamed it on a speed bike gang?
Oh, you fucking snitch!
It didn't seem like he was gonna keep that close to his chest.
I know, but still, the gall.
You know it's true.
Such your feelings, you know it to be true.
Let's do this. Right here. Right now.
Oh, he just saw Fennec. He's probably seeing red right now. Literally.
I can take him.
You're emotional.
I can take him.
We need to adjust. You'll have your moment.
I hope so.
You're going soft in your old age.
We all do.
You're apparently ageless. Clearly, does this species take a long time to age or something?
I don't know how time works in this.
Was an impressive display of restraint. Exemplary strategy.
Shut the fuck up, you brown noser.
To offer additional counsel.
I wonder how much you would pay for the toilet.
Understood. I should never have interjected.
Run away, run away! So much for quietly monitoring the streets.
I thought we had a treaty. So did I.
You terminated the talks with the Pikes, so...
Santo, come in.
Characters sudden but inevitable betrayals. Jesus fuck.
Everybody betray me. I'm fed up with this planet.
That is Tatooine in a nutshell. Oof.
Oops.
You all have guns, but you go up and hit the Wookiee? Really? Oh no! Don't kill the piggies!
Go to Gamorreans.
No! That shouldn't have been funny.
Have to gather our people.
That's what happens when pigs
To
fly.
operate out of Mos Espa.
Oh, that's difficult.
I'm
to
sorry.
say.
I deal with grief with humor.
Now that I think of it, indeed they do.
That's right. That's right. Beat their skulls in. Come on, dude. Oof. So what? They've been in league with the Pikes this whole time. Woof. Ow. Here I come to save the day.
Park.
Get to the sanctuary.
Thank you.
Manners. I like it. You're welcome.
Is Fennec gonna single-handedly save them like all on her own? I feel like that's where this is headed.
Yeah.
So far, Boba's like screwing the pooch on this big time.
Why are we even bothering with anybody else? Fennec, if she could take everybody else on single-handed, what's the point?
I feel like this is gonna go the way of like Game of Thrones, in which everyone thought Jon Snow would be the big hero, only for Arya to fucking sneak out of nowhere and like deal the final blow.
We have an army. We have Fennec Shand.
Yeah.
Any news on the others?
Would be a miracle if any survived. All three Gotras of Mos Espa turned on us.
Big shock.
Smart move.
I suppose you'll be heading out.
I'm not.
You should.
It's against the creed. I gave you my word. I'm with you until we both fall.
You're kind of not a Mandalorian in the eyes of your creed right now, so...
He's still technically King of Mandalore, though. So how does that work exactly?
We wait until they get into position, launch a siege on their terms. Or we rush out there, catch them unaware, then we can escape to your ship at the palace.
That second option's
Then
stupid.
Mos Espa.
We'll both die in the name of honor.
You sure you want to stay?
This is the way.
It's the way.
He said it.
If I may offer an alternative,
You better say something useful.
I'll continue. I was educated on Coruscant. Not that that makes me better in any way.
Get to it.
I attended finishing academy. My parents were not wealthy by any means. I specialized in civic council negotiations. If you would feel confident empowering me to negotiate on your behalf, I'm fairly fairly certain we would be granted passage off-world with, at worst, some theatrical, symbolic, groveling gestures and an exchange of funds.
Are you serious?
Give me your tablet. I will write out my statement and what I'm willing to pay.
Are we seriously going to negotiate our way out of this?
Emissary. I have no compunction whatsoever, genuflecting or even groveling if needs be, which would save you from any potential bruising of ego, so to speak.
I just want to bet he's going to get shot the second he steps out of that building.
Yeah.
I wish to present to whomever spokesperson is empowered to deliberate an acceptable outcome in the eyes of the Obadiah High Council.
Read it to me, tailhead.
Oh, because of that.
That's racist.
Chanting sobriquet, and one of which I never tire. Yes. Someday I hope to see the fabled obsidian cliffs of Obadiah.
Shut up.
Get on with it!
Read it.
Agreed. Let us dispense with the pleasantries. I, Boba Fett, speaking as daimyo of the Tatooine territories, formerly held by Jabba the Hutt, do present the following offer.
There will be no bargain.
Go fuck yourselves.
Perhaps we should discuss what you'd be willing to
Read it.
Oh no.
following offer. Nothing.
Mm.
You will leave this planet and your spice trade. If you refuse these terms, the arid sands of Tatooine will once again flourish with flowered fields fertilized with the bodies of your dead.
He just sent this guy to his death.
Yep.
I love it. Yep. Oh. Oh, so it was a distraction. Okay. Alright, that makes sense. I was gonna say.
Alright.
Nice to see them using their jetpacks. He's so fucking lucky. He's springing a booby trap. Send in the boob. Ouch. Did he shoot that out of his knee?
Oh,
Yeah, he's shooting out of his knee.
that's a knee launcher.
Good old-fashioned shootout where there's like a million guys that come out of nowhere.
So the Pikes are as good a shot as the stormtroopers, I see.
Well, no, they only hit the armored part, none of the soft bits. That would take effort.
Why are you wasting the ammo?
Gotta do the money shot, man. We gotta look badass. Fennec, where the fuck are you? The cavalry
I thought
is
they might
here! Yeah, they killed their fucking marshal!
Yeah?
Thank God they had that thing laying around.
I'm sorry about the Marshal.
Gunned him down in cold blood.
You didn't have to come here.
Yes, we did. Planet deserves better.
Yeah, killed their leader, man. Come on. Nice for you guys to show up. Pew, pew, punish laser. Now I'm thinking of Les Mis, the whole scene with the barricade.
Got pretty hairy back there.
I knew you wouldn't go down.
Yeah. It's fucking Wookiee.
Yeah.
You can't go down that easy.
No. If they're not smart enough to actually like shoot him proper, then he's not going down. Heck, they just shot him right now and he's perfectly fine. Thank God his little vest.
I don't know, he's
covered.
limping a bit.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh shit. He's still going. Come on, Bob. Ooh, not the leg. Come on, bro. You can make it.
They're falling back.
That doesn't mean this is over.
Retreating might mean that they're bringing out the bigger guns.
I wouldn't celebrate yet. We've
Yep.
got problems.
Well,
Got
shit.
real problems.
Oh God. You have 40 seconds to comply.
Oh, they're like battle droids.
They're like advanced battle droids on steroids. Might want to get out the grenades if you have any. Yeah, that's not doing anything. You might want to run. There we go.
They have force fields.
And what did that do?
Nothing.
Not a damn thing. He said if they had grenades, we'd be able to take out these things.
Where's Grogu?
You watch, she's gonna Han Solo this bitch. No, R2's gonna Han Solo this bitch.
Can you not see the force field?
Aha! Ah. Yeah, I guess not.
Our energy weapons can't get through, and our kinetic weapons have too much velocity.
So hit it with a stick.
Take the others. I can distract them for a spell. Why? Watch out!
Stop shooting it! It's not doing anything! At most, you're distracting it. At this point, there's gonna be nothing left of Mos Espa to rule.
Not much of a loss.
I know. There's still people that live here, goddammit.
I don't know, the only person I've seen is Milton from Office Space.
He's gonna really drive up his prices after this. You really have to twirl like that? Oh no, their sand's on fire.
Wow. Timing.
Dude, get the fuck out of Dodge, man. The worst fucking timing ever.
Worst timing or best timing?
Well, at least she's his getaway ride now.
Can this thing go any faster?
I almost thought she cursed for a moment.
I thought so too.
I was gonna say, they're really gonna drop an F-bomb in Star Wars?
They have their own curse words.
I know they do, but it's like, you know, censor approved. I know it's been 20 years, but you think somebody would remember how to defeat this thing from the Clone Wars.
These are different from the Clone Wars, damn
No,
it.
but they still had the same thing. You know, we're gently roll a grenade in there and it would have, like, destroyed them.
Good luck.
We're all counting on you.
Hey, Mando! Look who's here!
Hey, what are you doing here?
More bad timing.
Oh.
Okay, little guy. I'm happy to see you too. I didn't know when I'd see you again.
Aw.
It's okay. Yeah. I missed you too, buddy.
If we survive this, I'll buy you all the cookies.
We're in a bit of a bind here right now.
We're in a tight spot.
Be careful, you keep your head down. Hey, that's the shirt.
Aw.
You got the shirt.
Save your tender moment! We've got a scorpion droid chasing us!
What is he doing here?
The Force works in mysterious ways.
Can't lie about that. Bit. Ooh.
Hey,
What the? Wait, what? Is Godzilla showing up now? What the fuck? The Rancor!
Got out?
That thing grew fast. Holy shit. Yes!
Okay.
He finally gets to ride it.
Whee!
Seriously, that thing's like twice the size it was before. Like, holy
We've
shit.
been feeding it.
Now we really get to see a Rancor in action.
It's like Star Wars mixed with Rampage.
Now this has become Pacific Rim. Except the humans are controlling the monsters.
It's a Star Wars fighting game.
Oh shit.
I'm in. Roar.
Roar.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Did you just fucking hit my Rancor? Oh no.
I fucking yeah.
Don't make me get Danny Trejo out here.
Oh, the Machete joins battle. Oh man, you guys are done. Look at him waddle.
Grogu, use the Force.
Yeah. Time to put my week's worth of training into action. Oh, please. Look at that face. Come on, buddy. Nice.
I wanted that joint.
This is my new toy.
Rancor not forget.
Nope.
Big hug.
Nice. Well, that's one down. How long was this, by the way? I imagine it's at least an hour, right? 50 minutes. Not as long as I Odd, but long enough, yes.
We've gone through 39, there's 21 minutes left, so it's about an hour. Why are the Pikes so easy to kill?
Without the resources, they're nothing, apparently. Oh, yeah! I'm gonna have a lot of houses to rebuild after this. Sure, it's not gonna cover this. I'm almost getting Man of Steel flashbacks of the amount of destruction they're causing in this city. Don't kill the baby Rancor. Bite his legs off. Yes. Go right in the eye. It's still moving. Stabbed it.
He disarmed it and killed it with its own arm.
That's.
I am not a threat. That's head tails. Come on, get behind me, pretty face. Got you covered. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. No time for that.
Are they gonna wind up dating?
I wouldn't be surprised. Is he better or worse than a Jawa?
I'm sure if he doesn't talk, he'd make a good play.
Oh, you know she'll whip his ass.
Yeah.
There's the classic scream.
Oh!
Nom nom.
Feeding time.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Rancor! Over there! Over there!
Bite his head off! Ow.
Smack!
Dumb. Bro.
What?
Oof. Hope I don't give you heartburn. Oh, come on, dude. I guess Rancors are afraid of fire? Ooh, here we go. One-on-one.
Kill him!
Kill this motherfucker!
Boba! Kill him!
I've known you a long time, Boba. One thing I can't figure. What's your angle?
This is my city. These are my people. I will not abandon them.
Like the Tuscans.
Don't toy with me. I'm not a little boy any longer. And you are an old man.
I'm still faster than you.
That may be. But I have armor.
Let's find out.
Well, he has plot armor, so... Come on.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Fucking A.
Now's about the time you jet off to your Bacta tank.
This is my city.
Burn his ass!
Look out for yourself. Anything else is weakness.
Pew pew.
Ooh.
Yes!
You will feel the wrath of his stick.
Of his stick. Impale that motherfucker.
Yes! Yes! Come on, drive it in, drive it in! Please, killing blow! Are you dead?
Double tap.
Double tap.
Double tap.
Is he moving? Is he breathing? Is he good? He did! Woo! Cad Bane is dead. He's dead. He's dead. Cad Bane is dead. He's dead. He's dead. Sweet justice. Fuckers had it coming for too long. Now don't deal with the rest of the riffraff.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
I remember the time the Rancor ran amok and climbed the Chrysler building. After that, he couldn't get arrested in this town.
Figures the Razor Crest gets blown up and that's the only thing that survives.
That and the Beskar
yeah.
spear. So without Boba controlling this thing, it just goes on a rampage.
Sorry, kid. Your old man is crafty.
Oh shit!
Spoke too soon.
I don't think he can crush Beskar. I hope not. Ooh!
Ow!
And an acid after that. Ouch. Where's Machete when you need him?
Where'd you go, kid?
This looks like a job for I wonder if he's gonna have like
Ezra's.
Yeah, Ezra's like animal powers. It's okay, bruh. You can calm down. Aww. Sleep! Oh wow, I was kidding. He put it to sleep. Man, Luke in his 1 week crash course training in being a Jedi, man. That shit's useful. No. Who's your good Rancor? Who's your good Rancor? Aw. Aw. I sleep. Aw. That's a picture.
Can I keep him?
There's not going to be a barbecue.
She's saying she's gonna eat him. Aww.
Got room for one more head?
So we're gonna put Pikes on a pike?
They shall be arriving here in Mos Espa shortly, so that we may disembark.
You can't just cut and run. We lost soldiers too.
We had a deal.
Our deal was that Tatooine was going to be a hospitable place to do business.
It is.
Half of my men were either shot or eaten by a rancor. That what you call hospitable?
Yes. That's about as hospitable as Tatooine gets.
Yeah, seriously. Ooh, Boba coming for your ass. You are all dead. You are dead, dead, dead. You are dead, dead. Thought you were hot. Guess what? You're not. Oh, shit. Woo. Ooh, he strangled a motherfucker.
Does Boba Fett have to choke a bit?
Now this is what I've been missing. And suddenly he's Batman. Woo! Oh, it's Fennec. Okay. Whatever.
Boba Fett sends his regards.
Whatever, I'll take it. I praise Boba for thinking he killed them himself, and it was actually Fennec. Further proof she should have been the star of the series. And it's like nothing ever happened.
Why does it have to be the right arm?
You should take a nice surf in the back to tech.
It's being used. Why must everyone bow at me?
It's better than shooting.
Those my only
You
two
wanted to be
choices.
respected.
When you run the town, it is.
He looks good as new.
He'll look pretty nice.
They all lived happily ever after. As they play the Mandalorian theme.
Yeah, time to get back to the real series.
Oh, look at him in the little thing. Aw. Aw.
No.
I want to stop for ice cream.
All right. But this is the last time.
Whee! Okay then. Cad Bane is dead! Yes! That is my big takeaway from this. Oh my god, that blue-faced fuck is finally dead. Thank God.
Unfortunately, we did have to sacrifice 2 Gamorrean guards to have that happen, but...
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
And Cobb Vanth.
Yeah.
Moment for Cobb Vanth.
Yeah. Thought he'd make it. Oh well. They needed to have their sacrifice and rally everybody, and apparently that was the only way to do so. Might be considered fridging. I mean, at least they delivered with him riding the Rancor into battle.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming. We got to see Boba and Mando fight side by side. We got to see the showdown between Boba and Cad Bane. We got to see Grogu reunite with Mando.
The catharsis of just seeing Boba impale Cad Bane.
It's like, my soul can rest easy.
That will sustain me for many a day.
Yeah. Although, if I'm being honest, I would have preferred if he just took, like, the blood and just smashed his fucking head in. I knew it would have been way too brutal for Star Wars, but I just would have loved it. Oh. Post-credit scene. What's going on here?
That Cobb Vanth?
Maybe. I mean, if that's the case, cool, then he didn't actually die. I guess he's gonna be a cyborg like Fennec. I'll take it.
Yeah.
He'll be a cyborg marshal. Oh, man. Dude. not since Littlefinger got his throat slit on Game of Thrones have I been this happy to see a character die. And yet I still feel a little hollow from this, if I'm being quite honest. Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of good shit happened in this. A lot of excitement, a lot of action and whatnot, but there are some things I felt could have been done better.
Honestly, when you think about it, not a whole lot happened in here. It was mainly just battle pew-pew.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I just felt like certain things could have been better. Like, you know, the build-up to certain things. I mean, on the one hand, Freetown coming to the rescue, that was built up, that was a good payoff, we knew that would happen.
Yeah.
The showdown between Boba and Cad Bane, like I said, I thought it would have been revealed that Cad Bane would have been the one to have killed the Tuskens. So thus, Boba killing him would have been really cathartic. It would have fulfilled his whole sense of revenge and everything. But that doesn't really happen because Cad Bane had nothing to do with the Tuskens. And it was straight up the Pikes, and even though Boba did kill a good number of the men, he didn't kill the head guys. Fennec did.
Yeah. But on the other hand, Cad Bane was working for the Pikes.
I know, but he wasn't, like, the main
I know,
bad
he
guy.
was not the one that ultimately killed the Tusken Raiders, yes, so it kind of rings a little hollow in that, but...
There's also the fact that he keeps referencing how they knew each other prior, and that he apparently taught him as a boy and stuff, and knew his father... But we never saw any of that. Like, I don't even think in the...
We knew a little tiny bit, if you know, in the Clone Wars. It's not like they devote a whole lot of time to it, but
I don't even remember Boba and him ever interacting, to be quite honest.
I feel like there was that episode with Obi-Wan in disguise.
Well, yeah, in the prison where they were all in the same spot.
Yeah, but
that he made more of a cameo in that than anything. It's not like we saw them on a mission together. It's not like we saw flashbacks of Cad and Jango fighting side by side.
But I think ultimately we see that Cad Bane and Boba did run with a lot of the same gangs.
Obviously. They're both bounty hunters. It makes sense they know each other. I just wish we would have seen some of that. Like, with all of his flashbacks, you think maybe there'd be some flashback to his childhood of him interacting with Cad Bane at some point. Because I felt like what they should have done was they should have introduced Cad Bane a lot sooner, toward the beginning, and then as we're seeing Boba's flashbacks, those random scenes of him as a kid watching his, like, father fly off of Camino and stuff, you could have sprinkled in other parts with, like, Cad Bane visiting him, or, you know, visiting his father, or him teaching him a lesson the hard way, or something like that, just so it seemed a little more cathartic when he kicks his ass later. That's just my opinion, because even when he killed him, and trust me, I was really fucking glad he killed him, I just felt it would have been a little more fulfilling to either him have had that backstory between the two of them, or, again, for him to be the actual killer of the tribe. That just, I felt, would have made it better. And again, the fact that Boba wasn't the one to kill all of the traitors, like the head Pike, all of the crime syndicate heads who betrayed him, the mayor. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad Fennec did it. She's more than capable, and like I said, she's done a lot. Could have easily taken down everyone on her own, but...
It just proves more and more that Boba really should not have been the one that was leading this series, and that Fennec clearly should have been the main.
Yeah, like, for a guy who, like, is trying to garner respect and stuff, like, he doesn't do a lot of the stuff himself. He relies on everybody else. He relies on Fennec. He relies on Mando. He relies on the townspeople. He relies on his gang. He relies on his Rancor. Heck, he even relies on Grogu! Cad Bane was the only one he really straight up killed himself, with the exception of a few, like, Pike goons or whatever. Just saying. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, you can see why he garnered respect. He rode a fucking Rancor into battle. Like, that is something, at least. I don't know, I don't feel it was well enough earned.
Again, it just speaks to how uneven of a character that Boba Fett is to begin with. How very little we know about him, aside from your legacy material, which may or may not even be canon anymore.
Yeah, and then of course you have the trying to wrap up the whole thing with Mando and Grogu, trying to reunite them proper, and oh my god, It's like we can't distract from this big battle, so we'll try to incorporate it best we can, even though this really should be a tender moment of them reuniting, and yet they're running for their lives. I mean, on the one hand, at least now we see how capable Grogu is. He's not going to be a liability to Mando anymore. He can actually fight alongside him. At least be like his mage, like hanging out in the background. Yep. So there's that at least. Even so, like I said, I felt like that should have just been a separate thing. They probably should have, in my opinion, held off until the Mandalorian began proper to reunite them. Because, like, with this, it's like, we're too preoccupied with the battle to really, like, feel the emotional weight of these two reconnecting. This episode, like I said, it wasn't bad. For an actual Boba Fett episode, not counting the last two episodes, this is probably the best out of the bunch. But even so, the series as a whole...
Weak.
Very, very weak. Very weak and underwhelming in terms of its main plot. Again, I reiterate, this should have been a 90-minute special. And I get they couldn't make the finale work without bringing everybody else in there, hence the 2 episodes worth of setup and payoff they had to do. But the fact that they had to bring in all those other characters just to make Boba accomplish his goal in this, that, again, speaks volumes to how much faith they had in the character. You have any thoughts you want to share?
Nope, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I really think the movie that they had to scrap and rework, they probably should have just rebuilt from the ground up completely rather than take whatever they had previously. Really looked at it. Really said, is this what we want to do, or can we make this better? Did they have anybody who challenged them in writing this? Nobody said, hey, maybe it's not a good idea to have a series that's called The Book of Boba Fett focus entirely in its last third on The Mandalorian. I don't mind them having a little bit of Mandalorian in there, fine. You know, we want him in there, but the fact is, you're doing a soft season 3 here instead of just a little cameo, and it's completely overshadowing the rest of the series, which was already struggling to begin with.
It's like they didn't get enough episodes for season 3 of Mandalorian, so they're like, well, what if we just sneak a few in here so we can tell the whole plot line that we want to without having to go back to setup and everything.
Well, once again, like with Marvel, it's like you've got this whole event comics thing going on here, and now you're going to have to watch Boba Fett to know what's going on when The Mandalorian starts up again.
I know, I was going to say, like, for the people that are watching this strictly for Mandalorian, they're going to be hella confused when season 3 starts.
You really want to do less of this, less of a required viewing material so that everybody understands what's going on in the other thing. I know there's a lot of crossover with Star Wars, yes! And especially having all the other series, standalone movies, and the video games, and all the other material. It's like, yeah, it's always been that way, but it's kind of like, at least you've had a lot of different timelines. At this point, it's like, now you're trying to do this one timeline almost, and you're trying to fit in everything there before the sequels come out.
Can I just say how glad I am that we finished watching Clone Wars before this?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of stuff would have just been lost on us, like, if we went into this just blind. So I am really glad of that, at the very least. But then again, that reiterates how much fucking backstory you have to catch up on before you're able to properly watch this and get the proper context. Because if you just watched the straight-up original trilogy and then watch this, you're going to be like, huh?
And not to mention, we're going to have Ahsoka coming out, so that's probably going to feed into this whole story.
I know, in that case, you're going to have to watch Rebels to know what the hell's going on.
Which you should.
Of course.
I cannot recommend Rebels enough.
Nothing like having to do homework in order to understand something.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's like, you're making everybody do homework. Don't you want new people to come in fresh and they don't have to have watched everything beforehand to know what's going on, because if that's the case, they're probably going to lose interest very quickly.
I mean, to be fair, when Marvel does it, like, it garners more interest for certain characters than makes people feel overwhelmed, because at least when they introduce characters that only hardcore comic nerds would know about it, they do a good enough job where it makes people want to read the comics to find out the backstory, and you don't necessarily need them to get context for the movie they're featured in. But this, you gotta watch like 9 movies, 5 series, and probably a special or 2 just to get half of what's going on.
And also the fact that when I saw, the title card on Disney Plus, it said it's the season finale, implying that there could potentially be another season.
I feel like if there is, it's going to serve as another, crossover to another series that they're doing. Because I honestly don't know how they can continue this. It's like, yes, they did achieve their goal in that he's now the respected leader of Mos Espa, and he got rid of the Syndicate and all opposition, so now he can just sit back. But it's like, where do you go from here, really? Are you going to show him, like, actually take on the Hutts? The villains that you initially set up? Like, are we going to actually see that? Because, like, now that he's taken out the Syndicate, I don't know if the Hutts will be as keen to like, go back in, but who knows? I'm just saying, like, I can't see them doing enough for a second season if they barely had enough to fill a first season. It's probably, again, going to be a tie-in from another series and a jumping-off point for it. So
the only possible thing I could see is that they do, like, a prequel season. And that they actually delve into his past. Actually give us more that the Disney and Fox in general have neglected to ever touch upon in those eras, in these eras, and whatever. Make us give a shit about this character or stop.
He's had such a big following for decades before any backstory was revealed about him. And even when the prequels happened, a lot of people just brushed it off. And even when the Clone Wars happened, it's like, okay, nothing too egregious. At least we see him trying to kill people. So it's nothing that bad. He still had his reputation intact. And of course, when he appeared in The Mandalorian, everybody lost their shit. But now that we have all this, I don't know. I just think it makes his flaws just so much more apparent. Here's the thing. When I was trying to research certain things for episodes, I saw a compilation of all of Boba's scenes from the original trilogy, and it totals 6.5 minutes. Most of which was in Empire and the beginning of Jedi. I look at this and I'm like, okay, yeah, he looks cool. But that's it. There's really nothing else to go off. Like, I did not need to know any more about this character. And the fact that he had such this big following to garner this, and that they, despite that reverence, they just didn't really do anything with it. Just, ugh.
Yeah, I was talking to my cousin who is old enough to have seen the original Star Wars in theaters numerous times. He actually managed to get a bunch of different people in my family. He managed to get them to take him to multiple showings. But he said back in the day, you bought like a bunch of figures and you sent away the proof of purchase when that meant something. If you had enough, then they would send you a Boba Fett figure.
I mean, that is cool, don't get me wrong. Actually, you know what? I just thought of, like, a possible plotline they could do for a second season. It's gonna feature Fennec, sick of Boba's shit, and trying to take over herself. And I know that would kind of destroy the whole friendship thing they have going, but you saw her frustration in this. You saw, like, how throughout this entire season, she's been more and more frustrated with every decision he's made. How she's had to intervene on his behalf just to get things done. Something tells me if they're gonna do another season, that frustration's gonna come to a head, and she might make a challenge for the throne.
That, or, she just wants to go back to bounty hunting.
I suppose, but I'm just saying, once you've had a taste of power, I mean, given how easily she was able to take out all those other guys, I feel like she might try to go for this if Boba screws up enough. Because honestly, I would watch that if that was the case, just to see them go head-to-head. Because we haven't actually seen that.
No.
And I guarantee you, Boba probably will bite it if she does try to kill him. I mean, come on. So, final score for this. Fuck.
I'll say like a 4 out of 10.
C+, the plus being that they killed Cad Bane.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm not gonna stop gushing about that. That just...
4.5 out of 10.
So yeah, would I recommend this? Only if you're a fan of The Mandalorian. Because let's be honest, this is what this is really here for. If you're a Boba Fett fan, you're probably going to be severely disappointed by this. If you're a Star Wars fan in general who wants to see all of like these Easter eggs, all these cameos and whatnot, you probably will be satisfied to a degree.
I can't really tell anybody this is one to skip.
That's the thing,
Yeah.
like, I can't recommend it, but I can't say skip it either.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that is just there, it's necessary. It's like the prequels. Yeah, they suck, and in all essence, you really should skip them, but you really can't, especially when it comes to all the side stuff and having it make sense. And one last question, what exactly is the Book of Boba Fett? Did we ever figure that out? I can see 2 things wrong with that title. So that ends our whole review of Boba Fett. So the next Star Wars thing on the list is Obi-Wan. So we're going back in time, even further than this takes place now.
So another Tatooine location.
What is it with Tatooine? Why are these series focusing on Tatooine? It is a shithole planet. Yes, it was a good starting point for the hero to crawl out of mediocre life and to go into the stars and become a hero. But it's like, why do we have to keep coming back? I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like Tatooine, for most part, is where you go to lay low.
Tatooine is that shithole town you grew up in, you leave and never look back. The fact that it's so prominent in this just baffles me.
That or you take control of an entire settlement and reap the benefits, because the Empire doesn't really care. They got nothing really riding on this planet, and
Yeah.
they probably do backdoor deals there.
If the Empire doesn't care about it, you know that it's worthless. So yeah, until next time, when you see us for either Obi-Wan, or The Ghost of Molly McGee, or Owl House, or any of the other many things that are coming out this year, I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And this series is rough and coarse, and it gets everywhere. And it doesn't make a damn lick of sense.
No disintegrations. But impaling is okay.
Fuck you, Cad Bane.